Special thanks to my super sponsors Schumann 3D Blast, Ministry of Ennui Control, Metric Conversion, Stale Donut, Mr. Brun and Lord Entropy. Visit patreon.com/DavidXNewton to join the ASCII Brigade. This video is being recorded on the evening of January the 6th, 2021, and for any future historians watching, Jesus Christ, what a fucking disgrace. I can't believe it. I desperately need something incredibly boring in my life. Fortunately, we've got Riven. So last time when we left off, we had solved, by some miracle, the marble puzzle at the top of the dome, and I'm now going in to see what difference that's made. By initial feelings, not an awful lot. So did this marble thing do anything for me? Can I raise it up again and see what happened? Here we go. And that's nothing. I think I have to do it again. So I reloaded the save game after that blunder, and I have just realised I know exactly what that did. Because in that diagram that I couldn't work out earlier, we've got the same shapes of the islands, and this is indicating that this machine powers them all. So I'm going to go back to, let's say, the dome nearest to me on this island, and I'm going to see what happens there. I've forgotten how to get there. Oh yeah, this was it. So I needed to go to here and take this lift down, and skip that, and we'll go up here, and we'll see what we can do with this book at last. Oh, for God's sake! 17, 11, 10, 9, 2. Alright, something exciting's going to happen now, because we've got power to this book. Look at that! Do I want to go there? That seems awfully hostile. And you've put your mountains above the floor. That's not very clever. I wonder if these all go to the same place, or if they materialise you in a different place in this age. I'd rather it all be the same place. That would make my life so much simpler. Here we go. Well, again, just like the first time I came to Riven, this is not starting well. Hello? Hello, can anyone hear me? Ah, a big button saying, is this the way out? Or does this call the butler?
I apologize for the cage.
Of course you sound like that. All villains sound like that.
I'm afraid this situation has often required of me a more primitive code of conduct than I might otherwise have chosen. I am Gen. I assume you've heard of me.
Oh yeah, I've been mispronouncing your name for the whole game.
Well, I suspect you have acquired some false information of who I am now. Not that my son would have lied to you about me. No, not Atris, it's just that... well, I'm sure he believes me to still be the depraved father I once was. Yes. I even tried to kill him once. God, if I had accomplished that, who knows what I would have become. A great father indeed, who tries to murder his own son. Thankfully, he trapped me on age 5, a prison of my own creation. No books, no precious inks, no ages to link to, nothing but my own foolish ambitions. That was 30 years ago. 30 years, 30 lifetimes, what does it matter? No sentence could be too harsh for the man I was. But I have changed. To be sure, the deeds of my past can never be completely atoned for, But my mission was an honorable one. I'm sorry, this is all a bit awkward. It's been a long time since I've attempted to persuade anyone of my intentions. Most of the people here have already made their minds up about me one way or another. I myself do not trust the words of most men, so I don't expect you to believe me. In the end, though, you may discover that I do have more than mere words to offer.
I hope he gets around to it soon, because I'm fed up of words just now.
Atris's choice of punishment has been hard on the people of Riven, and many have suffered because of it. The island has been steadily decaying for years, but according to my most recent measurements, it appears that the Fifth Age has entered its final days. Unless the villagers can be relocated soon, the island will collapse entirely and everyone will perish. It has taken me a long time to do it, but it appears that finally I'll be able to make some substantial amends to my past transgressions, especially in... well, I'm afraid I've had some trouble with Catherine and the moiety.
Moiety, okay.
In any society, there will always be a small percentage of the population with rebellious tendencies. Before Catherine appeared, the moiety, as they call themselves, had been relatively harmless. I mean, the natives here are a fairly violent people by nature, but I'd almost come to accept their presence. It seemed inevitable under the circumstances. Upon Catherine's return, however, their violence intensified considerably. It seems she's become some sort of religious savior to them. And as far as I can tell, she's come to believe this herself. So I've had no alternative. I had to separate her from her people. I must admit, though, that my concerns were not entirely for her safety alone. The actions of Catherine and the moiety have put my own life at risk on numerous occasions. Consequently, the lives of all the people here. Therefore, I must ask you to refrain from any attempt to free her. Although I'm sure Atris desires it. Indeed, he must desire it with all his heart. But he is completely unaware of her recent state.
Can you let me out of the cage? We can go to a coffee shop or something and continue this there.
Which brings me to the point of all of this. The linking book you brought with you. You're very fortunate to have recovered it. If I may.
Yes, certainly.
Thank you.
Are we going to stand here and let him read the whole book? I just want you, the viewers of this video, to get the full Riven experience as well. I've said before, they're not bad actors, they're just sort of slow actors. It could do with some pacing changes.
Perhaps it would be best if you went through first.
Oh no, I'm allergic to linking.
You may need some time to decide.
I didn't even...
That is reasonable.
I didn't even notice I had a cursor then until it disappeared.
As a token of my good intentions, I will allow you free access to my linking books, crude though they may be. and to the rest of the Fifth Age. Please understand, there is nothing I want more than a chance to resolve matters between Atris and myself, especially in light of what has become of Catherine. But unless you are willing to demonstrate to me that your intentions are honorable, I cannot risk it. The sanctuary I've been writing for the Islanders is nearly complete. After all these years, it would be a shame if I were unable to finish it. The work I am doing is quite demanding. Please don't signal me unless you've decided to use the book. The switch will reset itself once you link from here.
Alright, I can see the title of this video now, Mostly Gen Talking. If I put it up like that, I'm just going to get done for copyright infringement because I haven't added anything significant to the video. I thought he was going to let me out. So what can I do from behind bars? Oh! Actually, there are... because that's 5, and there's that's the island I haven't been to. That's intriguing. There we go. Another dome. I'm fed up of domes. Here we go then. And out we come. Nevertheless, we are finally in a new location. Can I see? I can't see the rest of Riven from here. So we're somewhere fairly remote. And fairly unwelcoming. Let's see. Well, I don't know what I expected, really. Let's start fiddling with some other things. Oh, some different noises I'm bound to need to remember. So it's click, prt, and ting. This is the room that I saw on the cinema scope thing. You know, the underwater one. Hello.
You made it.
Yes.
But how'd you get past Ken?
I just let him ramble for a while and then he went away. It was easier than I thought.
He must really believe I've gone mad. I know what he's doing.
I'm glad one of us does.
He's watching you. He's waiting for you to make a mistake.
I've made 7,000 mistakes in the course of making these videos.
He's hoping you'll lead him back to Dunny. You can't let Gen... Atris sent you to save me. But if Gen gets back to Dunny, he'll kill him.
Right.
I think I know how to signal Atris, but it's going to take both of us.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have to trap Gen before you can get the combination.
Okay.
Be careful. Go then. If you won't help me, then I have nothing more to say.
Well, you were about as helpful as everybody else was in this game. Well, I've clicked on every single thing on this screen twice and there's still nothing here, so I suppose we're going back. I just closed this dome again just to see what would happen if I did the same trick I'd done on all the others to it. And it was the half-open vertical eye. Hold on a minute. Yep, that works out. That's mapped to blue in my notes, which I can no longer really understand, but it is at least consistent. So, I thought I would get a bit more from Catherine, to be honest. I thought that she would have some idea of a way out, but she said that I have to deal with Gen first before I get the combination. Oh, don't mess it up. 17, 11, 10, 9, 2. And I'm not really sure how to convince him to do that, because he's British, he's not an idiot, and he won't touch the book before I've proved it's safe. What kind of supervillain puts people in a cage and then installs a little bell for you to push to get their attention? He is at least considerate.
I'm relieved you've returned. I thought perhaps you had decided against it. Here, I shall follow you directly.
No, you won't.
Please.
Beep.
You're free to go. But I think you should not come back unless you're willing to use the book.
Alright, so I am of course curious what happens if you just use the book, so I'll go for the bad ending after a strategic save game, of course. And let's see what happens. Just imagining getting more and more annoyed after climbing all the way down there and having to go all the way back up again.
All right then, once more. The only path open to you now is through this book. Take it.
Whee! Oh, hold on, what? Why am I outside here? How did I get out? Not for the first time, I am hugely confused. I don't think anybody good drinks their wine like that. And what's this one? This is a sort of paraffin lamp thing, and oh, it's this again. Bloody aphids. Yet again, an abundance of things to look at, but not so much to click on. Why am I out here? I thought I was trapped in the book, and that would be game over, obviously, and I had to find a clever solution. I wonder what that did. Whoa! Okay, alright, so now I have access to all the books and can freely move between the ages, including this one. But why am I standing here and not doomed to stare out from the pages? Can't... Oh, the door handle. There's a 5-pointed keyhole, which is surely getting a bit over the top. Doesn't look like I can escape from there. At least there seems to be a way out down here. Let's see where this takes us to. Now, I've seen this cage before. This is that, the projector that I saw in the school.
Tagamem, san botegan shem. Fasi.
Still as helpful a game as ever. A valve? Alright, so it's a sink. My character didn't seem all that keen on just washing their hands. Anything around this side? Oh! To gain my husband and my... I'm not sure. I dedicate myself to... Okay, love her... Somebody whose name begins with H. And... Oh wow, that's not Gain in the past, is it? That looks more like Gain's father. There's a weird wind instrument, my character isn't picking it up, and I'm frankly very glad of that. What about this? This looks more interesting. Oh god. Hold on. Okay, so we're getting a different side of the story now. Catherine went to Riven. She linked to the Fisher Plateau cage, which is where I appeared, and the guard said that he was so astonished that he let his guard down, and he was set upon by a band of rebels and Catherine escaped. She didn't bring a linking book with her, so he couldn't return to Dani that way, and he's saying that his mission is to save his culture from extinction. She is trapped in the 5th Age, and I can assume that my emotionally crippled son will soon be along to rescue her. Well, he sent me instead. Aha, he captured Catherine, she's been taken to the prison island, and I hope, again, that you have the same password security as everybody else here and have obligingly written it down for me. Oh no, this is supposed to be today, 87/7/30? Although I'm not sure how much time is meant to have passed since I started the game. It feels like a month. A stranger has arrived on Riven with a linking book to Dani, and once again my useless minion was overtaken by the rebels. Alright. Oh, he did survive. That's good. It apparently occurred sometime this morning. The cage has been damaged, but it does no matter. Everything I need is here now. H is certainly behind this. How could he be so foolish as to send someone here with a linking book? This really is a game where you just poke around in other people's property. What's this? I heard that. What cosy looking bed. I've wanted something like this with a little canopy over it. Okay, let's go back to the prison island with my newfound knowledge of the combination. It doesn't work. Oh, I must have turned off the power to it. Why did I do that? That should do it. Oh no, I know what happened. I thought Gain was shutting the book on me, but he thought that it had worked and he followed me in, therefore releasing me. I think. I'll work on that theory. Alright, so the combination was... Okay, here we go. Most probably for another lengthy monologue.
We have to move quickly. Gen's people may already know what's happening. Once we're back with the moiety, we'll have time to regroup. Can I see the book? You did it. We're all free. You captured Gen. But they're still his followers. I'm not sure what they'll do once they realize he's gone. I'll have to get the villagers to safety as soon as possible. You go back to the Temple Island and reopen the fissure. I know it's risky, but it's the only way to signal Atris. I'll try to make it back there as soon as I can, but don't wait for me. Don't forget, the portal combination's in my journal. Good luck.
Bye then. There is seriously such a ludicrous amount of time between an animation ending and you getting control back. It's to make room for the music, but it's a very long pause. I already opened the fissure though, I hope that won't cause problems. I think this was the one. Yep, here we go, alright. One fissure coming up. Alright, here I come. There's the fissure. It's definitely open. And we are seeing stars. Okay. The big question now is what Catherine expected me to do with this, because she said not to wait, but I've no idea what I'm supposed to do otherwise. Do I lower that down further? Oh! Was I able to see this before? I just remembered in the journal there was a stop pointed out to me down here. Okay, so if I get rid of that... Can I lower this down further now? Oh! Oh, hold on! That wasn't a good idea. Oh well, Catherine! I've broken something! Maybe if I just sneak away, nobody will notice.
There isn't much time. Where's Catherine?
I don't know.
Where's the book?
Atris!
I don't...
Oh, Catherine! Yeah, just like I planned. Can you speak up a bit then?
I could have hoped for. You've given me back my life. The path home is now clear for all of us.
Should we really be standing here talking about it?
This is where our paths must part. Perhaps we'll meet again someday. You know where to find me. Goodbye, my friend.
Bye. Oh, thanks. Well. Ah! Oh well. Yeah, that's me all over.
Now I understand. Endings and beginnings are within the fissure. That Riven cleft of stars that acts as both a wall and a bridge. And though I am unable to understand how, the very flow of stars that brought my mist book into worthy hands, I am sure served as a safe passage home for my friend. The age of Riven is closed forever, but the people of Riven are free. And now I am at rest, understanding that in books and ages and life, the ending can never truly be written.
Thanks for saving everyone, that just said. Now just jump down there into the eternal void of time and space. You'll probably be okay. So that was Riven, the sequel to Myst, which was the sequel to Myst, and since completing it I've collected together some pre-recorded thoughts about the experience. I love that this game exists. The campy live-action FMV era is an absolute treasure that can be emulated but not fully brought back, and this game really goes for it. They took what they did in Myst with the blending of actors and computer-generated scenes and they just said, we're going to do that 100 times better. Definitely some issues with the pacing, with these bafflingly really long pauses between lines or after a scene's finished, but they're really trying to make it seem like you're one of the characters in this live-action film, this genre that got a full start in the CD era and then just disappeared. Now as for the gameplay, people talk about Myst not giving you any clues as to what to do, but Riven absolutely beats it by miles. In Myst you at least get the idea fairly early on that you've got to get a page from each of the ages, and you're working towards something. By contrast, you're sent to Riven with a book and a pat on the back, and you have no idea how to even begin reaching your objective. You're just touching things, spinning things around and putting them back, trying to work out what they did. And it's for that reason that the game often feels really unrewarding. Like I mentioned somewhere before in this saga, you have to get yourself out of the mindset of finding puzzles and then using things to solve them. What you're meant to be doing until very near the end of the game is just finding out what things do and how they work, and by doing that, you progress by unlocking more exploration. If you come at it like a normal adventure game, you don't notice that you've accomplished these things, and you forge ahead and you're still looking for the first puzzle to appear. The thing that I think is missing, the most disorienting thing about both these games, is that you don't have any feedback on what you're doing, so you don't know whether it's wrong or right. In a traditional adventure game, you get some guidance from other characters, you get some feedback from your own character, even if it's an infuriating "that doesn't work" response, but here you are really completely alone and there's no way to tell if anything you're doing is bringing you closer to what you want to do, especially as your objective is totally unclear. I'd also really love it if there were a way to highlight the active objects on the screen, especially as there were a couple of locations that felt pretty secret passagey and unnecessarily awkward to find. Adding up all the recordings together, and including 7.5-ish hints from the UHS, my final time for Riven was about 9 hours. You can apparently speedrun it in about that number of minutes if you know what you're doing, but the combinations are random this time, meaning that you can't just open the fissure right at the start of the game and immediately destroy Riven along with everyone in it. I suppose now, Myst 3 is on my hard drive, or in the cloud, or wherever it is in this Steam system where we don't really own software anymore, and infuriatingly I am looking forward to seeing where this story goes next with Aegis and Catherine and Gen, and the written ages and the people in them. It's definitely an interesting story. I'll probably do something a bit more exciting before then though. I've got a backlog of Doom maps to catch up on, and another documentary video on the same subject that I think you'll enjoy a lot. So thank you to everyone, sincerely, for goading me into playing these games, and paying for a subscription for the videos. That's really nice as well. And we will definitely see some more of Myst and its islands in the future. Thank you to everyone on the left here for supporting me creating Stumbling Tours videos. If you'd like to join in or make suggestions for other games to cover, please have a look at David X Newton on Patreon.